must I decide my father's fate? I'm on the run. It's no some chosen one. I'm Vader's son. I know there's good within him. So I surrender to them. We fought the dark side away. I found and lost you on the same day. I'm on the run, and it's no fun. Some chosen one. I made her In my tie and a scepter of the least imperial space. Stormtrooper dressed in black, you never see my face. We shoot to kill, we take no prisoner. We're here to protect and serve our emperor. TIE fighter. TIE fighter.
What up, everybody?
Hello.
Oh, your mic timing is off a minute. Let me just reset my audio engine.
Okay.
I think that's a little better. Give me a testy. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we good.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Hello, what is up, everybody?
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I'm Fr0zD.
What?
He's Frosty.
This guy's Frosty.
Hey, I keep pointing
this
at
guy's
R2
Frosty.
every time. He's Frosty.
That's R2. I'm Frosty.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
side-
it's like I keep
that's-
pointing like directly to my left,
sword.
but then I realize, oh yeah, my camera's like on an angle, so I have to point like at my secondary monitor in order to point at you.
Right.
So, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's Friday. We are us, and you are here to see another episode of the Bad Batch Breakdown.
BBB baby.
BBB baby.
Oh,
Good episode.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, another good one.
Yeah. I mean,
Again,
obviously,
definitely-
like, we're not going to be, like, completely blown away in every single episode like we were with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because those are miniseries this is going to be going on for a while, so you gotta,
Yeah.
keep the giant holy shit moments, sorry Twitch, to a minimum, while or so they can space that stuff out. I
Yeah.
mean, I would have no problem with them blowing the holy hell out of my mind every single episode, but that's not what Clone Wars-esque stuff is about.
No, God, no. No, it's gonna be a long series. Don't serve the pudding immediately
Yeah,
because you ain't
exactly.
gonna have any pudding left by the end of it.
Please, sir, can I
Um,
have some more? Yeah,
Still good though. Yeah,
yeah,
still
yeah, still
definitely
good.
good.
Um,
The final thoughts of the episode, like immediate thoughts. Sorry, I'd say it was fun. I
yeah,
liked it. Put a lot of cool story beats. A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
cool extra little tidbits again, which is nice.
yeah.
We're,
Couple of
we're
cameos, possible cameos. Oh, one for sure cameo. Can't remember where
yes,
we've seen. I don't. We see Admiral Rampart in this one. I can't remember where we saw him
yeah,
before, but I have heard his name before.
yeah.
So
Rampart, yeah.
yeah.
I
What's
say
up,
yeah. No,
Gareth?
it was still fun.
You did say you were gonna come check it out, I guess.
What?
Just keep the chat clean and we won't have any issues, my friend.
Says the guy who said the S word within 13 seconds of us actually getting into the
Well,
stream.
no, the stream had been running for a solid 5 minutes before we even went live, so.
I know. That's okay. I'm just saying.
I said sorry to Twitch.
Great, great,
Great,
great
great, great,
times.
great.
So,
I mean, unfortunately, I already know that Gareth did not watch this week's episode of The Bad Batch because he's not a Star Wars guy. He's just here to troll us. But that's okay. Here to learn, he says. All right, well, we're
good,
here to
please.
teach you.
No, hit us up, please. We're
Yep.
so into it.
The episode starts
talk
off with the ship, just flying through hyperspace, like half alive, because if y'all remember at the end of the last episode, they got lit up pretty heavy.
Oh God, yeah. On their way out, they were pretty smoked.
Yeah, so their systems are all glitching and stuff. A friend
Another
supporting.
cute-
Thanks, man. If you feel like really supporting, click the link down in the description and donate at streamlabs.com/jflawless7/tip. All the proceeds go straight to cryptocurrency and then go into buying one wheels for me and Frosty here.
Fuck yeah, one wheels.
So yeah, they're trying to, keep this ship alive, and Tech's just like over arrogant about it. He's just like,
Yeah.
hey, I got this right. Like, we're gonna be fine. Nothing's affected life support. We're gonna be totally fine. And Hunter's just like, you're joking, right?
Sweet little scene with Omega
Oh, that's right. I
just
forgot about that one.
laying on a flipped gonk droid, just hanging out. The gonk is just totally flipped over, and she's lying there, and he's like, "That can't be comfortable for
No.
either of you."
No.
She looks back at the gonk droid, flipping his little legs. Oh, we're fine.
I
Loved it. I love Omega. Omega's
Yeah,
great.
I love this whole-
I can't wait.
Yeah, I love this whole dynamic she has with the entire squad.
We got 4 older brothers, man. Like, cool. She's never had like a family.
Mm-hmm.
She was just
Or a
created.
bedroom, for that matter.
Hell yeah. And then Hunter's divvying out the rations, which are low at this point in time. Thank you, DMJ Gaming, for liking our tweet there. Thank you so much. Helps us out. Every little thing helps. But yeah, and so the rations are low, so he's giving them out. He gives Omega one, he gives Wrecker one, and
He just
Wrecker
wolfs that thing down.
carves the damn thing down because he's a big boy. He need a lot of protein. He a big boy. He a big dude. Cute scene because you see how Omega realizes because Wrecker asks for another one, and Hunter has to explain that rations are low, and he's got to divvy them out pretty equally and slowly keep them alive, kind of thing. Real survival situation it puts them in, because again, they are unfortunately, what's the word? They're like defected. They don't have any higher power right now to let them know, give them food, give them money, give them shelter. They are absolute defects from the army. So they are in a survival situation, and I really enjoyed how they put that into the episode too, because yeah, Doug, they got to survive.
Yeah.
They got nothing else. How do they make money? They don't. They don't have day jobs. The day job was being the Bad Batch, and now they don't have that.
No,
So I really
no, they
enjoyed that
don't.
whole, I really enjoyed that whole survival aspect too, because yeah, they have to ration their food out now to survive. And we
I'm
get
not
Omega.
entirely sure why it hasn't flashed up on my alerts on screen, but thank you to my pal Gareth John for the
Hey,
subscription on YouTube. Thanks, bro.
good to have a subby wubby, Doug. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps.
Everybody loves the subby
Um,
wubbies.
Subby wubbies, so good. We get Omega showing her like true, like heartfulness, where she just kind of immediately goes to offer her ration to Wrecker, and she's like, "Well, you can have this one," and she hands it to him, or tries to hand it to him, and Wrecker, still my favorite character so far. He's just like, "Okay, I'll take it." He goes for
Yeah.
it.
And then
I'm
Hunter's just like,
yeah.
no.
Do you see that body size compared to
Yeah.
your body size, sir? You'll
She's a
last a bit longer.
child.
Thanks.
She
She
needs
is
to
a, yeah.
Yeah, she needs to eat way more than you do, dude.
God, yeah. God, yeah. So, that's where we get to the scene with the ship kind of being broken.
Oh yeah, and
he
it gets
talks to
thrown out of
Echo.
hyperspace.
Yeah.
And then that's when Tech says, yeah, it hasn't done anything to our life support, so we're gonna be fine.
That immediately tossed out of hyperspace into a nosedive to the nearest planet.
Yeah. Just not a
Luckily,
fun time.
I'll bring up, like, in The Last Jedi with the hyperspace, like, suicide attack, where yeah, I've always been curious to what happens if, like, a planet's in the way when they're
Well,
hyperspacing.
I would imagine you're going through that planet to the point of your ship being destroyed.
Yeah.
Like
So they were
you'll
very
go
lucky.
through the planet. But hey, what's up, Colby's?
Go bees, my bro. What up,
To
my
see you
brother?
in the chat. But yeah, like you'd go through that planet, but it would obviously like scrape away at your ship until like there's just nothing left.
Yeah, you would just
But an
become
open
dust.
hyperspace lane. But because in Star Wars you travel through hyperspace lanes, they're hyperspace lanes are specially coordinated, just like the same infrastructure we have in highways. So you're not
Yeah.
going to be crashing into any planets or buildings or anything like that.
But just imagine how lucky they are in this episode that when they busted out of hyperspace and started falling, they landed towards a planet and not just into like a star or into.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always taken issue with Star Wars's implementation of spaceflight, and like how when they came out of hyperspace with no engines or anything, they instantly went into a nosedive. Whereas if you were thrown out of hyperspace in real space, you would keep going that speed in that direction for eternity.
God, yeah, it's space, dog. You throw a rock in space, it's just gonna go until it hits something.
Yeah,
There's no friction out
Colby
there.
says your guys' setup looks sick. Thanks, man. I spent a fair amount of time learning how to do this stuff,
Yeah.
and always good to hear
It's all
the
on-
appreciation.
All on J-Man's side, this one, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, all kudos to him for working on that.
Thanks,
It's
guys.
very good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. It helps us out such a great time.
Yes, don't
But,
forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot to give my boys a shout out.
Hey.
The music you guys hear in the background here, again, let me know if it's too loud. And I'll turn it down a little bit. But the music you guys hear in the background is from the Yavin 4. All Star Wars, all the time. Super cool guys letting me use their music so I don't get DMCA'd by Twitch or anybody else. And yeah, go check them out on Spotify. Check them out on YouTube. They got pages on Facebook and Twitter as well. Give them all the follows in all the places.
Great bros.
Great bros.
Great bros. Great bros. Just for the fact to just let us have that ability, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, and with my channel being a Star Wars centric channel, it's only fitting to have, you know, Star Wars music to go with it. Not hearing the music. Oh. Well, in that case.
That's fair though. The music's really more popping out when it's breaks and stuff anyways.
Yeah. I always turn the music up when we take a break or when the stream's about to start, so always go and check out the starting soon screen before the streams while you're waiting for us to go live.
Good tunes.
Good tunes. So yeah, getting back into it. We're in a nosedive, straight into a freaking planet. But Tech does a good enough job flying it so they don't freaking die. But on their way down, we get a funny little bit from Wrecker where he's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die!" And then he looks at Omega and she's just like terrified, eyes closed, doesn't know what to do, and he's like, "We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine."
I love that. We get another cool, cute little bit with Wrecker and Omega before that, where they're strapping in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Perfect.
He looks at her and
he hears it now.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. He looks at her and he says, "First crash landing, eh?" And he kind of like they strap themselves in, and you see how Omega, being a child, tries to strap into a adult male seat where it comes down like a roller coaster kind of strap.
Yeah.
It comes down. And there's like a good
just a solid like a foot in front of her, like a good like 6 inches above her shoulders. She's too short for this ride.
Yeah, exactly. And then Wrecker, who is the biggest of the Bad Batch, also sits next to her, and when he goes to put his straps down,
he's too tall to ride this ride.
It just doesn't fit him correctly, and I think that's so good.
Yeah, Colby, go watch the show first and then come back and watch us, because this is like super heavy spoilers in here. And if you don't want it to be if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch the episode first. But you've been meaning to check it out, so you'll be watch the first 3 episodes and then go back and watch our episode 1 breakdown, then our episode 2 breakdown. In this one.
So
and then you'll be all caught up for next week when you can chat with us about the show.
Yeah. So we'll see you in 4 hours when we're obviously.
Yeah.
The size bit, super cute. We get that we're gonna die bit.
Yeah.
Super cool, cute, adorable. I like it. This is where Wrecker gets the ship has turbulence, obviously, because it is crashing down into a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Wrecker slams his head off the bar on his right side of his head.
Which, if anybody remembers, is right about where the inhibitor chip is.
Yeah, it's right there.
This isn't looking good for Wrecker. Like, I'm just gonna say it now. The way that he clutches his head all throughout this episode, and the way that he was clutching his head in the last episode as well, I can only think that there is some sort of neural conflict with his inhibitor chip.
Yes.
Its inhibitor chip is trying to enact Order 66 and all the other orders that they're being given, but his body's not having it. His body's rejecting it, so it's like a neural shock kind of thing. Like a headache.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like okay, maybe not a headache, like a migraine, like a real bad, like centralized migraine.
Yeah. I remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, basically, he was going to heavy spoilers. Same thing's gonna happen to him, maybe, with this situation with Crosshair in the past few episodes. And
Yeah,
I, for
yeah,
one,
like maybe
don't want that.
No, I don't want Wrecker to go the way of Crosshair, but I also feel like we find out more about this later on in the episode, but I feel like Crosshair also has some sort of inner conflict going on. Because I mean, even though the orders are still being enacted, it's not like he's just completely brainwashed. Like he's doing this he's doing all of this against his own will, so like,
he's just flowing with it because that's the thing. That's going to be the inner conflict.
Like he probably feels horrible that he's not with his buddies, he's not with the rest of the batch, but he also knows that he just can't help it.
Good segue though, because speaking of Crosshair, when they land, they finally make it down onto the planet. They crash on an Order moon, and they crash land. And they're doing the scan of the ship, and they're trying to, they're running diagnostics, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong, and they find out what they need. Do you know the exact part they were looking for?
It was a capacitor of some sort.
Okay, so what is it? It's Tech who goes through the inventory of the ship and knows they have one.
Yeah.
And Omega says, well, is it in here? And she's in the back of the ship, and she finds a giant case, and she
tips
pulls it
over,
out.
and then the rest of the batch just kind of look at it, and with a bit of a pause for a second. Yeah, very, very amber. And that's when crap, I almost called him Alpha again. That's when Hunter. Okay, we got it now. Hunter. He says that's Crosshair's weapon case.
Yeah, that's Crosshair's kit right there, and that hurts.
Yikes! And then we find out that Wrecker really misses Crosshair, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure they all do, right? Like Wrecker was the one to say it, but I'm sure again they all really he was part of the batch, man.
Yeah.
He literally, his chip made them betray them. And
yeah, exactly.
Like, just imagine that. And they do know of the chips, thanks to Omega. So they do understand the conflict that's going on. That, yes, he did betray them, but there's also that, well, maybe he didn't mean to. Like, personally.
Yeah.
And like you said, the whole inner conflict coming out from the rest of the episode and stuff. That hurts. It hurts.
Oh, absolutely. It hurts us as the viewers as well.
Nah, it hurts, man.
I mean,
because again,
I remember Crosshair from the Clone Wars, and I would have loved to have him stick around with the batch.
Yeah. But he's
could be
so
like
far one of our antagonists.
The dirty half dozen -1. Right? That can be a thing, right?
I'm into it. That actually segues into the next scene where Crosshair is getting his because in the last episode he was getting thrown into a machine and being scanned.
Yeah, basically like an MRI.
That's what I was gonna say too, because I was thinking about it. I was like, it's definitely an MRI scanner.
Yeah,
my dude's getting a CAT scan.
Kaminoan MRI scanner that
is
going to tell them a lot more than what our traditional Earth scanners are going to tell us.
So we get Crosshair actually getting out of that scan in this scene, and this is definitely where you see a bit of conflict come out too, because the Azzy droid.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, shows up and tries to scan him again, and he just
get away from me.
And the poor droid has to comply, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He just complies and he leaves, and we're like, oh, dude. That's where we get to see Tarkin.
Tarkin
And
and Rampart, Admiral Rampart.
Mhm.
So I didn't get too many notes on that little bit because I didn't really know what to write down besides Project War Mantle.
That's exactly what I have written down as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
I don't think we know too much about Project War Mantle. I don't know if you did a quick Google on it at all. Here, let me
I
do that.
didn't,
But I mean,
yeah.
what it really
going-
sounds like is just their transition from clones to stormtroopers.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Was like that's probably what we're. Sorry, I got a little white showing through my wall here, and I don't like it. But that's exactly what I was thinking too. Was War Mantle? They're mantling their armies as something different, vice
Yeah.
versa, kind of thing. Yeah. I totally think so.
Yeah, it says here, War Mantle was an initiative of the Galactic Empire enacted soon after its founding that sought to fill the ranks of the burgeoning Imperial Army with conscripted soldiers, a departure from the clone army of the Galactic Republic. Yeah, so. The project was part of Vice Admiral Rampart's vision for the Empire, and he received support from Tarkin, obviously. So,
Okay, no, we were on it then.
Tidbit plans for the initiative were contained in similar top-secret projects covered by the Tarkin Initiative at the Citadel Tower on Scarif, which we see in Rogue One.
Yeah, neat. I'm into it.
Yeah. While I'm here, I'm going to find out where I've seen Rampart before.
Yeah, bring that up. Because
He showed up in Cut and Run. That's it. Those are his only two appearances. Why have I heard of Admiral Rampart before then?
I've definitely heard the word Rampart.
Well, yeah. Oh,
But
Rampart's a
that's-
frickin' character a legend in Apex.
Yeah, holy shit, you're right. That's probably where my brain's going.
Yeah.
We get a Crosshair's promotion here, where he becomes Commander.
Yes. Commander Crosshair.
I think that flows off the tongue very well, and I'm okay with that. I think that's actually very nice.
I do like it too.
Right, Commander Crosshair.
And is this where we go into Tarkin and Rampart walking down the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're finding out now what Project War Mantle is and his want of the clones being gone too.
Yeah.
And then we get to see his new elite squadron as well,
The ES troopers.
which
right
it's
there, Elite
already
Squadron.
been debunked through the Reddits and the Twitters and all of that. But one of those four of his elite squadron looks exactly like Iden fucking Versio.
She do look a lot. I felt that.
I know the happenings of Battlefront 2 happened during like Return of the Jedi all the way up until like the Battle at Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
So it's totally out of the timeline for this character to be Iden Versio. But I think you think they did that just to fuck with us.
I say I say she's just part of the crew. I don't think that's Iden at all. Again, I would love it to have that sweet little like connection, but Iden was barely a child at this point. In time. Her father has
which
been
makes
breached
all of my
Admiral.
notes that say Inferno Squad completely irrelevant.
Just quickly search up Inferno on your notepad and turn that to Elite. No,
Elite Squad.
because they go by ES. So
Right.
ES01 is there. ES01, ES02, ES03, ES04. That's
and then
their-
Commander Crosshair.
And then
Oh, Commander Crosshair or Commander CT, was it 990 something? 9904? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat knows, let us know.
Yeah. hit us up.
So yeah. Now we clip back to The what do you call it? The Ordo Moon?
Yeah, the Orda Moon. ORDA. Orda Moon.
Ordo Moon. Okay. Okay. So
we
they
get
go
a-
back to the ornament, and
Yeah, we get a quick thing about how Tarkin wants this elite squad to take the same test that they sent Bad Batch on
That's
in the last
right.
episode. And yeah, then we cut to Orda Moon. So yeah, what happens with the crashed ship?
Oh
And
yeah,
they're
so
putting on
so yeah, Echo and Tech are underneath the crash ship, and they're trying to install this capacitor thingy, and in the background, all you see are these weird little lizard things
totally
crawling
lizard,
around on the ship and on the rocks behind them, like obviously stalking them, like there's going to be some sort of attack, and
some sort of
yeah, so. I think it was it Echo that tells Tech to come over and check out the scratches on the ship?
Yes. Because Tech says
Oh, boy.
those weren't there when we landed.
Gareth says he's having issues. What are you having issues with, Gareth?
Yeah, please let us know.
Let us
We
know.
need to
We'll respond, and we'll
Yeah, we love the feedback. We need the feedback.
he's having different issues. I know exactly what kind of issues he's having. Remember, I said Gareth's here to... Oh. Can't recover my... I don't think you have to do PayPal to PayPal. I don't think, do you?
I don't know actually.
Oh.
I only
Well,
get
you should just be
donations.
able
I
to
don't
click on
do
I forgot my
donations.
password. And then it should send you an email with a password reset link.
Yeah.
And then you can reset your password there, and then you should be able to donate. But I don't think you should have to go like, because everything goes to my PayPal, but you should just be able to use like a Visa debit or something if you wanted to. But I totally understand if you want to keep like your credit card numbers and stuff off the internet. Oh, it won't let you do that. Okay. Weird. Wait, won't let you do the password reset, or won't let you do Visa debit? Shout out to Visa, by the way. Been trying for the last 30 minutes. Well, in any case, I appreciate the effort, my friend.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I mean, really, the next time you're out here, you can just, throw me $20 or something. Password reset won't work. Weird. In that case, I would email PayPal and be like, you guys need to figure some stuff out.
You ruined my fun times.
Yeah. I totally just realized it's been on your face the entire time that I've been talking and trying to resolve this situation.
That's
But
amazing.
It is amazing, but that's okay. It's Friday,
oh.
and it's Bad Batch Breakdown.
Yeah.
So anyways,
He's still learning. New
Yeah.
streamer.
yeah, new viewer. Exactly. You're not wasting your time, man. You're not wasting your time. You can just go buy me some Dogecoin or some Shiba Inu coin. Or if you're feeling super generous, you could go buy me one Ethereum.
That's super generous.
That is super generous. I'm not gonna make you do that. That's like 5 G's.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see these lizard things, and I'm not entirely sure what the heck they are. At first, we kind of thought they were a Nexu, but then we paused on and we saw the feet, and it kind of looked like it was a Varactyl. But it's neither of those. Done deal.
No.
All right, thanks, my friend. Thank you for the 1 Ethereum. Just kidding. Like 50 Dogecoin's fine.
Unless. No.
Unless you feel like being a
just
super
kidding.
bro.
But yeah, no. We're back on the ship after we see the.
The Varact Nixus. The
Order Moon
Nexupterals. Anyways, lizard things. That's what I just called them.
Oh, I have their name down, but we don't learn that for another scene.
Oh, we do learn what they're called?
They're Order Moon Dragons.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling it.
What
Order
a
Moon.
name.
Yeah.
I take
That's
issue
why
with
they
that.
read it on. I'm into it.
I mean,
I'm into it. They're not light dragons, sure, but you know.
not even that. Like, come up with a
Great
Star
dragon,
Warsy
right?
name for it. Nexu, Varactyl, or the Moon
Great
Dragon.
dragon.
Yeah, Crate. Not named after the place that it's on. If they did that to the Crate Dragon, it would be the Tatooine Dragon.
Yes. Oh.
Like, come on. Come on!
No, I get it. I get it.
Anyways,
Yeah. So,
I have a preemptive note here that ends up being true, so I'm just gonna say now the Nexactyl or the Moon Dragon thing does steal the capacitor out of the ship.
yeah. And then while they're on the ship, they realize that's going on, and Omega is at the front, and she sees it. I think that's where the Reddit comment for the jump scare was.
Oh, okay. Where it just
I think
right down on the windshield.
Yeah. I wasn't. I never was jump scared during the entire episode, and neither were you.
I have a
But
Velociraptor. Is it really a windshield if there's no wind in space?
True.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, please. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, we get the quote unquote the what Redditors are calling it, the jump scare of the episode, where it like shows up on the windshield. I'm still gonna call it that. And
The space shield.
the space shield. I like that.
Your little moon rock shield.
Yeah, straight up. And that's where I believe Omega tells the boys, our BB boys, that it was a big creature, glowing arms, and this long tail about this long and kind of thing. And that's where Tech was able to search it up and find out it is an Orda Moon Dragon.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why it took the capacitor was because it feeds on energy. And that's what he learns from his little data pad.
Oh, we found that out before finding that out in the cave. Oh, okay. Jeez, I must have just been writing notes, not paying attention.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. So I was gonna say that's what I thought you were referencing when we were talking about it during the episode. I was like, yeah, no, because he said they feed on energy, so that's why he took the capacitor. And Hunter suggests to go track it down, but he was gonna take Wrecker. But
Not a chance.
Yeah,
Not as long as Omega's around.
Right? And
She's
Wrecker's
like,
not
I
in
want to
good
come.
shape.
I want to come.
I want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah. But she argues it, and she says, "Well, I mean, I'm one of the squad now, aren't I?" And
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
for all intents and purposes, yes, she is.
She proved it last
She's
episode.
one, she's an enhanced clone. Two, she really didn't want to go with Cut.
Oh,
And
God,
ditched
no.
them so she could go back with the batch. And three, she's a badass. If anybody knows what the hell happened at the end of the second episode, she's a badass. Or first episode.
Yeah.
First
Yeah,
episode.
no, she definitely proved it. Yeah, she definitely proved it.
Yeah.
And Wrecker's too hurt. His head is just killing him at this time. He can't go. Yeah, that's another reference to him like grabbing his head and super not involved with it.
Just super not having it.
So it's Hunter and Omega going to track down the Moon Dragon. Cool.
Or the Moon Dragon.
Yeah.
Nexactyl.
But we
That's-
cut from this before they even leave.
I'm lost in my notes right now. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we cut.
Oh,
to
no,
where the,
nope. There we go. Yeah, okay, here we are.
Okay.
I'm in my notes now.
I don't want to like cut ahead, so I'm just sitting here like, okay,
Yeah. So yeah,
continue.
Inferno Squad, or the Elite Squad, gets their combat test, but it's not the combat test that I thought at first. I thought they were just gonna run them through the training simulation with the same live fire and all of that, and see how they do. But
What proved to me that they weren't going to do that and they were going to do the test is when Tarkin, he says specifically let's see if they succeed where the batch failed.
Right. And they didn't
And I was
fail
like,
at that.
okay. Yeah, and I was like, okay, there it is. Yeah, they left that whole situation alone.
Now, do you remember what that place was called? We mentioned it in the
No.
past episode, but
Yeah, right.
Onderon.
I know. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So they go to Onderon to go and deal with the insurgents that Hunter and the gang didn't.
They didn't.
They
They
didn't.
didn't deal with. No. So again, yeah, Tarkin wants to know if they succeed where the last squad failed. By which, removing the insurgents.
Yeah. So they go to Onderon, and we find out at this point that Saw Gerrera has already left.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of the refugees are just getting ready to take off themselves.
Yeah.
So
They're leaving off the planet.
yeah, but one of them gets picked off real quick.
Real quick.
Real quick.
With a very precise shot.
So that can only be
Oh God,
Crosshair.
yeah. That's our boy Commander Crosshair right
Commander
there.
Crosshair
And again-
CT9904.
Again, the Reddit definitely made like a good point here. The Empire has officially started using red blaster bolts at this point.
Yes.
They are firing red bolt.
Yeah.
And that
they
is
have
cool
realized like,
continuity.
oh hey, cool, we're the bad guys now. We get to use
Oh,
red.
This guy has a red laser sword. Well, the good guys have like these colored laser swords. Why don't we shoot the red? Like, it's so good. I love it. Again, that's what I was. Another thing I'm bringing up about the whole continuity thing of the series as a whole, like Star Wars as a whole. That's cool. I like
Well,
that.
I mean, it wouldn't make much sense if, like, the last thing we saw in the Bad Batch before Rogue One, or before Rebels, was stormtroopers firing blue lasers.
Exactly. Well, I'm into it. I think that's cool.
'Cause, like,
I think
this-
it's fun with
this-
continuity.
Like, it's like this show isn't supposed to lead directly into Rebels, but I mean, in the continuity of everything, once the Bad Batch is done, the next thing that comes after that is Rebels. Or no, it would be Rogue One.
It's Rogue One, yeah. Rogue One would be the next one. And again, even
Wait, does
as we
Rebels
do
happen
Rebel
before or
season-
after Death Star 1?
I think it's.
I think it's before.
I was gonna say before and then during, and then, yeah, I think before
Because
and then during. Then,
yeah, because so then Rebels would have to be before or during Rogue One.
It's tough.
It is. I'm gonna have to look into that later.
Again, Rogue One was the plans of the Death Star.
Yeah,
right?
Rogue One was the events immediately leading up to the beginning of Episode 4: New
immediately,
Hope.
Yeah,
So-
immediately to that. So it is.
Like
I'd
this
say
is like
before it
days
starts, and
before, days if not
Yeah.
like a day before A New Hope starts. So
then- That's timelines, dog. That's right. We
yeah,
we get enough to know things, and then we have to wait to know more, kind of thing.
yeah.
But we cut from that after the battle on Onderon starts. Once that battle starts, it cuts back to Hunter and Omega. And
Yes,
they
they're
have
tracking
found,
the
like-
moon
yeah.
dragon.
they found like the hive kind of area, which is super cool. Bunch of like ant hills, basically, of like these lizard dens.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool.
Super cool.
It's a pretty tense scene. Again, I was basically screaming, "Why didn't you give Omega at least a blaster?"
Yeah. Now,
Because-
did we finish that scene with?
Yeah, because they don't officially finish it yet. It cuts
Oh,
between
okay.
both. Yeah,
Okay.
it cuts between both. Yeah.
Cool. I'll let you.
Um,
I'll let you do that one because my notes go the entire Elite Squad
okay.
thing, and then.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, because this is the part where Hunter admits that he's angry that he left Crosshair behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're walking towards the hive,
Yeah, and
And,
Omega mentions
yeah.
Crosshair. And then that's when he just kind of goes silent and he's just like, And then what does she say? She's like, you don't have to be mad at him.
Yeah, you don't have
It's
to
not
be
his
angry with
fault.
him.
Yeah, and he's like, he's not angry.
Yeah.
I'm not angry at him. I'm angry at myself. We never leave a man behind, and we left him behind.
That's cool.
And that's when Omega
thought.
says, "Well, we'll get him back somehow." I love her, like her so innocent optimism.
She's very optimistic for sure.
Yeah,
Again, she's a child in a war-torn galaxy, right?
exactly.
Like, you need
Well,
that.
technically post-war, but I don't think the war ever technically ends.
No. Because with the last scene we saw, there were still fights happening. Yeah, there's still some sort of insurgency and some sort of enemy out there to the Empire.
Yeah.
They didn't officially win. They won against the CIS, yes. But
I mean, they didn't even really win against the CIS. I mean, it was inevitable that they would win against the CIS. But I mean, the whole war was just called off as soon as Grievous died.
that's the thing, yeah. And then Order 66 happened, and that's
Immediately
where it starts to rise
after.
the Empire, and right. So it is. There was never really like an official like. Everyone's handing out medals and they're all celebrating, and then we see Naboo for some reason in the special edition. Never mind. Continue. No.
So yeah, and then that's when we cut back to the Elite Squad. Is after Omega says that.
We get Hunter being knocked out first.
But that was after, because I've got because he finds after the whole insurgents thing, they go back to him, and then he finds a charge or a capacitor laying on the ground, and then the lizard hits him.
Okay, in my notes it says the battle starts, cuts to them doing the talk, finding the Order Moondragon. That happens. Omega goes, and before Omega does anything, cuts back to the Elite. That's what it says in my notes. I don't know.
Okay,
if you have the episode, let me know.
No, I've just got my notes up because it says Hunter's angry that he left Crosshair behind. Omega says we'll get him back, and then this is where we cut back to the Elite Squad, and they don't really like Crosshair, obviously, because he's a clone and they're humans.
God, yeah.
And then this is where I have in my notes that Iden, who I'm just gonna call for now Iden Versio's mom.
Yeah.
So like Mama Versio still hasn't said a word in this entire episode, and she doesn't for the entire episode.
Doesn't.
She's the only one of the 4 Elite Squad that doesn't say a word.
Does the other male one not also speak?
I believe he does.
Okay.
I
know
believe
there's
so.
the one with the blonde hair, there's the girl with the flat top, and then the other 2 that I don't know anything about at all. So if he does say something, then she's the only one who hasn't actually spoken a word on screen.
Oh, hey, sorry, Gareth. I didn't see your past chat there asking for the email. Yeah, email is hold on. I'm trying to think if it really matters if I have it anywhere. Yeah, I mean, yeah, jflawless7@gmail.com. I mean, anybody could have just taken my name, thrown a Gmail on it, and sent me an email hoping that it got to me, so might as well. Yeah, if for those of you that want to donate but can't through Streamlabs, feel free to send me an e-transfer at jflawless7@gmail.com, and I'll get that. Everything is muchly appreciated.
100%. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So back at the battle.
Yeah. Oh, Crosshair's new recruits, and interesting attempt at some change, which is weird because they're working for the bad guys. Wait, what? Wow, I'm impressed. Are you watching this frickin' episode, or are you just going through synopsises?
Either or.
Either or. Oh, man. Yeah, good for you for learning and contributing, Gareth. I'm proud of you, buddy.
No, exactly. Hell yeah. That's what
Yeah.
we need.
You'll never know.
A lot of really brutal deaths in this fight.
Yeah, just straight, just
Brutal
headshots and snipe shows and just
There's one scene where one of the insurgents is running away, and they just clip him in the back 3 times to drop him, and that proves right there the Empire's lethality.
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's running away, and you still clipped him 3 times to drop him. That's insane. I love that.
Yeah. And that
Give
is
me more
exactly
of the
why
Empire.
Finn didn't want to do any of that.
Straight up.
So yeah,
60
Crosshair
years later.
shoots. Yeah, Crosshair shoot. Or yeah, they finally surrender. Are we there yet?
Well, they get into the ship. All the insurgents and the
Oh no,
civilians. get
my
into the
notes say
ship
we
to
go
fly
back to
off.
Hunter now.
See, there was only 2 cuts.
Was
in-
there
in
really?
the-
Because it
yeah,
was.
it went.
Was Hunter's
1, 2,
angry,
then
cuts
1,
back,
2.
then cuts back to Hunter and the Lizard. He gets knocked out. She puts the mask back on him. Then it goes back to the insurgents. That's when they shoot the pilot.
Yeah, good scene.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah,
Hunter's
they're
passed
really-
out. He's Omega's just put his mask back on. That's when she takes the blaster and goes into the tunnel. Now we're back at the insurgents, and they're surrendering after they shoot the pilot out of the ship, and the ship that fails to take off, obviously. And so they all start to surrender, and Crosshair just
They
doesn't
drop
get
the
the
weapon.
information he wants, and just blows her away.
Yeah, blows the Twi'lek.
Was it the no? It was the human.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the human woman that comes out, and she's like, Saw's already gone, and even if I knew where he was, I wouldn't tell you. So Crosshair shoots her, and he's like, I believe you. So, and then
Good.
yeah, so the rest of them are surrendering, and they don't know nothing. These ones aren't even soldiers. They're just refugees that are trying to get passage off world. And
They are civilians.
yeah,
Straight up
and
not
Crosshair
enemies.
orders the elite squad to kill them.
Just execution.
Yeah, which they
That's
don't
where
want to
ESO
do.
went.
They have this exact same reaction as the rest of the Bad Batch did, and they don't want to follow those orders. So what does Crosshair do there?
Really quickly, just off topic. Thank you so much, Malachi 7002 and Colby's for following the Anything Geek Twitch account. You guys are
Awesome. Yeah, I actually Pirate stop. I got a couple of notifications over the week from a couple of friends following the channel. Thanks Colby's. Thank you to Roxy Renz, who also followed earlier this week. Every follow, every like, every subscription helps. So
Big love. Thank
Big
you guys
love.
so much.
Big
You guys
love.
You guys are fantastic. You guys are
remember,
awesome.
just because you followed on YouTube doesn't mean you can't follow on Twitch as well, and vice versa.
You'll get shout out. Yeah, you'll get shout outs both times.
Yeah, you get shout outs both times, and you'll never miss an episode.
Oh God, no. Good.
Yeah,
That's what
you'll
you
never
want.
miss an episode of staring at my ugly mug.
Same.
So yeah, Inferno Squads ignores the orders, and Crosshair kills one of them.
Well, what it is ESO1 has always in the episode. He was the one with the short blonde hair. He was the one who's always kind of been like in the episode. We've seen that he was kind of like he did his own thing. There's a quote from him. I'm misquoting it, but it was when he learned about Commander Crosshair. He said, "I didn't lead this squad for so long to have a clone come in and take us over." And that kind of doubles back to this scene here, where he is basically telling Crosshair that, yes, we're soldiers, but we're not an execution squad. We came here to kill the soldiers, and we should take the civilians in. Crosshair don't like that.
You.
Why doesn't he like that? What does he say?
Gareth says that he's just donated. Keep it up, boys. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. I really, really, really appreciate it. And don't you worry. Whatever you sent is going straight into cryptocurrency.
And if you want to donate to Anything Geek, that'll go to all of us creators.
Yes.
Nice like that. No.
Yeah, and that'll go to our Buy Rage a Computer
no.
Fund.
Oh God, yeah. That'll. Again, he's knocked out for 18 years. We're. Yeah. Absolutely. Little Rage. Yeah, he doesn't understand that he's probably going to be knocked out for a couple years for now. So hopefully we see him again, but if not, much love to him anyways. We love him dearly. He's great, bro. But yeah, rip indeed. My God, that's perfect. That's so perfect. That's so good. Same, dude. Same, dude. So,
I muted
says,
myself.
oh no. But yeah, he says, good soldiers follow orders. And yeah, he executes ESO1 Blondie right then and there in front of the whole squad. And he walks by them and he says, oh, what is he? He's pretty menacing at this point. Like it's kind of neat to have him have such a conflict in himself, but with the inhibitor chip, still make him a bad guy, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like he definitely has conflicts, and sure, I want him to be a good guy, but he's definitely sounding pretty palpy and Tarkin-esque, where he's like saying bad things for the sake of just like it's threatening. And that's what the Empire is about, is pure threat.
Yeah, so before he kills ESO1, he says a very iconic line that said plenty of times throughout the Clone Wars series, good soldiers follow orders.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
After saying like a thing that kind of just
yeah.
alluded to that anyways, but he says it. He has to say it. It wouldn't be...
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're back to Omega and the tunnels.
Yeah, you know how tough the Empire is when they give one of their elite soldiers a flamethrower to deal with civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to flamethrower, how war crimey is this episode going to be?
Well,
I love that.
I mean, it's just as bad as Elon Musk mass producing flamethrowers and selling them to the world.
Zombies.
Not a flamethrower.
Sorry.
He produces not a flamethrowers. To sell to the world, because that's not anarchy. That's
zombies.
Anarchic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anarchaotic.
Maybe he just. Yes. Maybe he just knows people don't like shoveling their driveways. So why not just mass produce like a common?
I mean, I don't like mowing my lawn, but you don't see me burning it down. I mean, if I wanted to set the rest of the town on fire and my hedge, maybe, but
I just want to set the not doing any farther. DMCA from a song from like 70 years
water.
Ago. Yeah, through the water and the waves we carry on.
Is that DMCA-able?
I don't know, right? See, that's why it's tough.
Yeah. Anyways, we have music. We have music from the Yavin 4 playing right now. So listen to that stuff. Don't listen to the stuff that we're singing that's probably going to get us canceled.
Straight up, just hit these guys up. They're good bros. Just look at the song title, get into it.
Yeah.
Mega, she takes Hunter's blaster and she goes into the hole chasing down the Moondragon.
Yeah, and at first I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
But I think now's a good time to take a quick little break because I gotta pee and we're an hour in.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll take a quick break and then we'll finish up the last scene, the last couple scenes, sorry.
Yeah.
Do our final thoughts and then do questions and stuff. So yeah, by all means.
Cool. So yeah, enjoy the music. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. maybe 5. But yeah, we won't be long. We won't be long. We'll be back. Listen to the music.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Somehow we resist the
We back, baby.
Hello.
That was good.
I sat there for like a good 15 seconds because you were like still messing with stuff, and I'm like, oh god, this kind of hurts my ribs.
So yeah, Omega's in the tunnels,
Yeah.
and she sees like just a bunch of scrap equipment kind of just laying around. And at first I was just like, okay, so what is this? Just some sort of like klepto lizard kind of thing, or like is it like a borrower and it just like steals stuff?
Nah, those are bevies. Those are hot beverages right there.
Well,
Those are empty beverages. For this thing. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, since we already know that it feeds off of energy, can only assume that it's like sucking the energy out of power cells and capacitors and flashlights.
Gotta keep those glowy feet. You gotta keep your feet glowy.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
Got glowy feet.
Like,
Just got to keep them all super glowy and stuff.
got that fat glowy drip, dog.
So yeah, Omega's looking around with her flashlight, her blaster, and she finds the capacitor.
This also could be what they're referencing as the jump scare too.
Yeah.
Coming up. Yeah.
So yeah, and then all of a sudden she finds the capacitor, and all of a sudden the lizard or the moon dragon just jumps out of nowhere, all blah.
Right into the flashlight scene. Like, it's such a typical like put the flashlight on your chin and go woo.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
But yeah, we get this cool kind of little like I call it a discovery scene.
Yes.
Where like Omega kind of realizes like, okay, so when I shine the light on him, he goes crazy. But when I take the light off him or I turn the light off, he's totally docile and he just turns into this super big good boy.
He's a big good boy.
Yeah, he's a dog, basically.
And earlier in the episode, Hunter. Now I get his name. No, now I get his name.
No, that's his thing. He's a tracker.
Oh my god, my brain.
That's his enhancement. We finally figured it out.
Yeah. He's a tracker, and that's why his name is
I'm also ashamed of us for not realizing that earlier.
That literally just like popped into my head. Holy. That's like we were watching the episode and like we realized that the episode title Replacements was because of the Elite Squad.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my god, we're dumb. Oh, we're dumb. We're just too hyped. We're too hyped. We're too hyped for Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
We don't overthink things. That's the problem.
Or we do and we miss the obvious.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're like too busy into like the deep lore of things where we don't see the surface level stuff.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we obviously enjoy these shows, but it's like we don't experience them in the same way as the rest of you guys. Like, we're sitting here, eyes 10 inches away from the screen, scouring everything and taking notes the entire time.
Yeah, our brains go, oh, was that because of this? Immediately double checking on like the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's exactly what it was.
Like we probably paused this episode like 15 times at least.
Oh god, yeah.
So, I mean, I do plan eventually on going back and like watching WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier just straight through without like sitting taking notes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I can enjoy it on a viewer's landscape and not a critic's landscape.
Right. Like a big old geeky nerd.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, no, what I was getting at was, we learned earlier that we obviously knew it.
Yeah.
But like this is now said officially that like
this is just Hunter explaining it to Omega.
Yeah, to Omega that like yes, each of them have their own kind of defection that makes them really good at something. He tracks, tech obviously, Wrecker, he wrecks things, on and so forth. Where like they each have their own thing, and I think we were reading on the Reddit earlier after the episode. We were double checking all their notes and stuff too to kind of get more vibe out of it. That like Omega is definitely a defective clone as well. So
is she defective or was she purposely made enhanced?
That's the thing too. She's one of them basically is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at, and she has something.
She is an enhanced clone.
Yeah, she has something involved with her too, and I think like people are making a great point where she does have like, yes, she was scared, so she didn't fire immediately, and she reeled back, but then she kind of took the extra step to think about it, and she realized that the moon dragon was not immediately going to kill her. And a theory right now, I believe it's called the Omega Taskmaster theory, where her minute ability is to assess, adapt, and overcome situations. So,
But I
to
mean,
me,
realistically, isn't that kind of just built into all the clones to begin with?
but hers is better,
Okay.
is what I'm getting at. They all fire first. She didn't, kind of thing.
Yeah, she stops and assesses the situation.
Right? And like, and a big attribution to that theory too was when I was reading someone's comment about it was, well, the fact that she like specifically says about wanting to learn and crack as well as Hunter, kind of thing, kind of like adds a little bit of like, well, is she just really good at learning and adapting to things that she just wants to be something better and different and whatnot? Because this scene really, really stuck out to me with the whole, like, again, I made a joke, 2 blaster bolts, and she would have dealt with it too. But she didn't.
No.
And then, yeah, she's with the flashlight, and she's realizing...
Yeah, when it wants the flashlight.
It's there for the energy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she hucks it, and it goes over and starts eating it and starts glowing, and which is super cool.
Yeah,
That's when I realized that it feeds off of energy. Because
Yeah,
I didn't hear it
you were-
earlier in the episode.
You were noting. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were noting and stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
I think actually that was around the time your subtitles broke, too. I think
That
might have been
no. Yeah, you're right. When they were when the lizard was on the space rock shield.
Right. I think that was a huge factor.
Actually, it's called a
too.
canopy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But anyways,
I won't-
when it was on the canopy,
Yeah.
yeah, that's when my subtitles glitched out and turned off.
That's where words broke, and that's
Yeah.
where your word.
Because I'm a person that watches things with subtitles.
Dude, I gotta eat chips and stuff, man. I can't.
That's pretty
Not-
much what made me
Yeah.
start. Was the
Yeah,
fact that
dude.
like eating chips and just munching out while watching TV is like I can't hear half the shit I'm watching,
You can't. God,
and I end
no.
up rewinding half of the episode.
So she takes the capacitor out of the room.
Yeah, she sneaks
Oh,
away while
right.
he's eating the
Like-
flashlight.
Yeah. And that's like you said. That's when Hunter woke up and he's screaming for Omega.
Yeah, he's
'cause
like,
he has
"Omega!"
no idea.
Oh my god!
Omega.
Yeah, and then I have in my notes, he's a big good boy, lives on electricity, and
He's a
then
good boy.
yeah, they find each other, and then we clip back to Inferno Squad or Elite Squad, returning to
Yeah.
to where are they? They're on Camino as well. Almost called
Yeah.
it
I think
Camino.
it's gonna be. That's so good to know.
Well, you know, like Camino and Kaminoans. Camino.
I know. I get it. I know.
And better than that kid on that TikTok that called it Camino.
What's his address? I will figure that out after.
Yeah.
have
No. Who we really need to find is the guy that narrates all the Star Wars books.
Yeah.
Arshada.
Yeah.
Coruscant.
Ugh.
That's the worst. Is
Ugh.
Coruscant.
Ugh. Just give the dude a thing of how to pronounce every. It's just a list,
Yeah.
and then he could double check
And
while he's narrating.
what is he calls Chandrila. Like it's Shangri-La.
Yeah, I was gonna say I get it, but also
No, it's
no.
Chandrila.
Yeah, like I get it because he's just a dude who got paid to read.
I mean, I give the guys
No.
slack for back in the day, back when they were like, "Here's this book, narrate it,"
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
"How do I pronounce this? How do I pronounce this? How do I pronounce this?" But I mean, when you're a narrator, those are the freaking questions you need to be asking.
Exactly. I would ask for like a
Like,
thing of
do you
all the phonics and whatnot.
do you think freaking Stephen Fry didn't go to J.K. Rowling and be like, "Okay, for real though, is it Hermione or Hermione?"
Straight up though?
Yeah. Or is it Voldemort, or do I pronounce it in French Voldemort?
I would be so into that, actually, to be honest.
It's highly believed through MuggleNet.com and other pronunciation guides for Star Wars or for Harry Potter words that Voldemort is actually supposed to be pronounced Voldemort.
Because the
More
word
being
death-
the French word for death.
for death, exactly, right? And he is Death Eater's leader. Yada
Yeah,
yada yada.
yeah,
Harry Potter,
exactly.
Star Wars. But yeah, so they return. Tarkin says to Rampart about how they are missing one.
Yeah.
And Rampart says good soldiers know the risk of battle. Basically just sugarcoating it because they both knew. They both knew.
They both knew that Crosshair just
Oh, they knew.
fucking gunned him down.
Yeah, because ESO1 was always kind of against this because you could just see him. He's a good soldier. I really respected him.
Yeah.
He was a great soldier.
Yeah,
And
he's
that's
just
why.
well, and that's what he is a soldier. He's not a clone that just follows
No,
orders.
exactly.
He is a soldier with a conscious mind and an ability to make decisions for himself.
I think if you want to get really deep into it, I think maybe Tarkin knew that as well. And wanted this test to... Because I said last time when they were doing it in that episode, how Tarkin had that like extra step below things where he was like, well, do it because I want to see how you react to it. Instead of just, I want to know if you're a good soldier who follows orders. Yes. So I think that maybe with how ESO1 was always acting, and he did it in front of Tarkin a few times, so he knew. I say that, yeah, no, he knew that if ESO1 was going to defect to that order, he wanted to know what the other elite squad was going to react to that. Were they going to follow him? Like the Bad Batch who followed Hunter, or were they going to follow Crosshair? Unlike the Bad Batch who didn't follow Crosshair, kind of thing. Like, again, everyone's playing checkers, and we've got these people out here playing 3D chess, right?
How
really enjoy it.
about this for a theory? They leave him behind. He's not actually dead. Gets up.
Okay.
Is found by the Bad Batch. And he's like, "Okay, I like what you guys are doing. Can I join up with y'all?"
Ooh, I'm into it. I'm into
Yeah.
it. I would love to
Yeah.
see more of him.
Well, and that's just it. I don't feel like obviously
That was
there has to be one expendable one at least of the elite squad. And I mean I'll accept the fact if we don't see him again, obviously. But like how freaking cool would it be if just
imagine.
by the end of the series even, or even just the end of the season, we get ESO1 coming back as part of the Bad Batch, and then we're back to the Dirty Dozen -1 or Dirty Half Dozen -1.
Straight up, or just he does his own thing, kind of thing, where he gets his own new squad, or he is a new rebel guy.
Maybe he just goes rogue. Maybe he becomes a bounty hunter.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Again, he only you do see the blaster mark over his heart, so it is tough to think that way, because he could have just been one and done kind of thing.
So, I mean, really, it is. They may be elite troopers, but it's still stormtrooper armor. It's still clone armor.
Yeah, it's still gonna get hurt. They're still gonna get hurt, and like
frick,
that was
they're
over his
lasers.
heart. Yeah, they are lasers, literally burning and melting.
It's not
through.
like it's not like a shotgun pellet
No, God no.
just bouncing off. But Not that a point blank shotgun would just bounce off.
Because even Mando was taking a bunch of shots, but that's because he was covered in Beskar.
Yeah, Beskar.
That 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 shit can repel lightsabers. So like, that's
For a little
tough.
bit. For a little bit.
Yes. Well, it's plasta something, I believe, is what. I don't know the actual
Plastisteel.
name. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the trooper armor is and stuff, and I get it.
Plastisteel. Or
It will
Plastisteel.
definitely break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll definitely break to a shot, and it was over his heart. So I'd say that was a definite maybe.
Man, why didn't they
kill
just
shot.
make them out of Durasteel?
I know, right?
Like, you'd think
Right?
you'd think Durasteel's pretty plentiful.
That's the problem with the Empire, and the fact that they were basically controlling the Republic at the beginning. They're very cheap. You see Darth Vader's armor? It's very cheap.
It's plastisteel too.
Yeah, it's very like when Palps picked up Annie, there is it's in Legends now. It's not canon. There is a thing that says that Palpatine could have made Vader way better than he was with actual full armor that was tough and yada yada. Could have fixed his like breathing and internals and stuff, but he didn't because Palpatine was using that as his backup plan. If something were to go awry, he's still weaker than he could have been. Yeah, I'll find the links and show you later. But yeah, there's a thing where it's a legend story where like what Darth Vader could have been, because Palpatine had that ability to make him this.
Yeah.
But instead made him a broken, cheaper version who could barely breathe correctly because he knew as a backup plan, if he were to be betrayed, well, there's some weak spots, there's another thing, and so on and so forth. So again, the Empire and the Empire controlling the Republic, they cheap out, man. They cheap out specifically
do you
for that
think
reason,
that the
right?
Emperor intended on Anakin getting his other arm and legs cut off and burnt to a crisp? Do you think he planned for that?
right?
Like, or if like say Obi-Wan didn't cut off his legs and leave him burnt to a crisp, would he have carried on as Darth Vader, just the Dark Jedi? Or well, the Sith Lord.
Well, that's exactly it.
Like,
because
at that point, if he did carry on unmangled, he would have been way more powerful than Palpatine.
A goddamn god. Yeah, a god.
Like,
yeah,
and he would have been able to overthrow Palpatine as soon as he wanted.
Well, that's the thing. Think about that too, right? Why did all of this lead up to them going to Mustafar then, right? Like, Palpatine was definitely involved with getting them funneled to a place where.
Well, I mean, he already had a place on Mustafar, and that's where he sent Newt Gunray.
And that's the thing, right? They were, again, 3D chess, right? He was thinking so many moves ahead that yes, he knew this was going to happen on Mustafar.
Yeah.
And someone was going to get really hurt. If Obi-Wan would have died, Anakin would have still been really hurt. So yeah, no, I totally agree. I think yes, no, he planned for him to get mangled there. Because
I like to believe that.
Right? I think that's cool. Again, 3D chess, spending so many moves ahead, right? Really cool. So they're back on the ship on this scene.
Yeah, we're back to the Bad Batch ship, and this is I have a note here from the last scene that I meant to make a talking point of. Is like, what if they never actually switched to conscripts and they just continued on with a second phase of clones? Because we never touched on that part either. Was
there was the
it was the clones and the Kaminoans talking about, or not the clones, the Kaminoans and the and Tarkin.
No,
it was just Nala Se and was it Namasu or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
The Prime
They were
Minister.
talking
But yeah,
about-
they were talking about the second phase of clones.
because they were losing the
potency.
basically of Django's
Yeah.
DNA, right? So yeah, no, if they again with the whole addition of the inhibitor chips, I'd say that probably would have been their best bet.
Yeah.
Was to continue with that. But with how the
Kaminoans.
how they were talking, my fucking tongue just folded up. So forget it.
Kaminoans.
the Cammy from Street Fighter 4. So they I say they obviously knew the Empire was a bad deal. So if they were to continue with them and make the clone again, there would have been a reason the inhibitor chip was different. They would have made it so they had their own version of Order 66 where they would overthrow and stop them from being super evil, or they would have made them defective to the point that they either weakened after so long and like rapidly aged to the point where they were just... I think it was smart for the Empire to not continue with clones.
Well, yeah, because then not only do they have the Kaminoans in their pocket,
Yeah.
they also have all of the control, the Kaminoans. And if they wanted to betray the Empire at any point, they could have and would
Easily
have.
could've.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I say no. The fact that they did continue on with using human conscripts and, well, not humans, but like people conscripts and not clones, I think that was another way of Tarkin's extra couple steps ahead to be like, well, no, now you don't have that chance to betray us.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I like that. That was a good talking point.
Mm-hmm.
This talking point. That's actually... What do you think about that?
I can't remember what the hell I said during the show.
I know, right? Because again, clones are superior.
Well, I mean,
So far.
if they kept on going with clones, one,
Yes.
they're superior. Two, they're much more loyal without a busted inhibitor chip.
Yeah. They're
So,
brainwashable for sure. Yes.
so like, if they did end up sticking with clones, I mean, we wouldn't have Finn betraying the First Order. We wouldn't have can't remember her name. The other girl in Rise of Skywalker.
You totally said it, yeah. You totally said it too, and I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wouldn't have had her and her crew of defected stormtroopers, and like we wouldn't have had a lot of what happened in the original trilogy either. They probably just would have killed everything. Like, if I feel like the Empire should have, like, from the Empire's point of view, should have stuck with clones, because they would have ravaged the entire inner, outer, way outer, super inner rims, and had complete control for all of eternity. Because as long as they have a source to make these clones from, and continue evolving that source through time so their clones don't diminish in skill level, like they could rule the galaxy for forever.
Yeah. And I totally agree with that. On like a surface level, I agree with that. Because after thinking about it when I was talking there, I think that Tarkin and Palps knew that there would be, later down the line, there is that risk of the Kaminoans doing something.
Yeah.
And yeah, here's your new 150,000 clones. Enjoy. But in reality, there's a button that's like, kill Emperor. Kill the entire Empire. Fuck it. Kind of thing, right? So I think, again, it's deep. Because we can get into this whole topic for hours, right? Because it would just constantly level each other out, like superior. But what if they defected? Yeah, but what if they were able to control the Kaminoans? Or what if they were able to convince them not to? And like, we can go on that for hours, because that's where a lot of Star Wars characters really get into, is like, again, no one's black or white. No one's red lightsaber, blue lightsaber.
Except for the
everybody
Jedi
have-
and the Sith.
Mace Windu tapped into the dark side for
Yeah.
his fighting style.
That's true.
And
I do remember hearing that.
Count Dooku was Qui-Gon's master, but he defected. So there is no real one side of things. Because
But at the same time, canonically, there is no in between.
Oh God, no! I'm not saying Gray. Gray's dumb.
Yeah,
I hate
Gray is dumb.
I've always thought Gray was dumb. I'm sorry.
I
if
like
that's a
the
hot
idea
topic.
of harnessing both sides of the Force.
Yeah, sure.
But
Again,
like,
Mace Windu, right?
yeah.
Mace Windu did it fantastically. He
But
tapped
at the
into
end
his
of the day,
rage.
you're never going to be completely centralized. You're always
Exactly,
going to
I-
lean one way or the other.
And that's what I mean. Like, especially you bring up Anakin, right? He was a great Jedi.
Fantastic
he
Jedi,
was
but he had a lot of conflict within him.
And that's the thing. He was neither black nor white. He was constantly flip-flopping. He murdered an entire thing of Tusken Raiders.
But
The
I mean, you
women
could
and the
look at that
children
another
were-
way too, like, because I
Sure.
mean, he's flip-flopping, but he's flip-flopping between pure good and pure evil.
Yeah, he's not either or. He's both, but not Gray. He's flip.
Yeah, he's not like sitting in between. He's like, do I go this
No.
way or do I go this way? He's just like,
No, and that's-
I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. He's completely bipolar.
That's the thing. And my point wasn't to bring up the Gray. My point was, especially with Game of Thrones, bring that up. Everybody there were fighting for their own reasons. Sure, if you watch it from John's perspective, the wildlings were bad at the beginning.
Yeah.
But to the wildlings, they were the good guys. Basically, everybody's the main character in their own story, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like in the Empire's point, like it brings back to Obi-Wan's big
Exactly.
whole fucking like mantra is like it's a point of view.
Exactly.
Like
And,
to the Jedi, the Sith are evil. To the Sith, the Jedi are evil. To the Empire, the
my
rebels are
point of
evil,
view,
and
the Jedi.
the Empire's the good guy.
Exactly. Everyone's the good guy in their own story. No matter what they do, they're the main character.
What if
So
I'm the
that-
bad guy in my
that-
own story?
I'm not even gonna get DNCA'd.
Nope.
I'm not DNCA'd.
Oh, you're gonna sing.
Yeah, I was super close to Billie Eilish in this whole situation.
Yeah.
But
Bad guy.
But alas, we're back on the ship. Omega and Hunter return, and they get the ship fixed, ready
Yep.
to leave again. Wrecker comes out, still super hurting.
Yeah.
I saw that one of the Reddit comments on the post there talking about how, like, when you look at the left side of Wrecker's face, it's all veiny and stuff. And
Yeah.
It's like, no, those scars have always been there, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they've always
always
been there. He's
black.
it,
Yeah, he's
it
always had
honestly
black
looks
black.
like he got electrocuted.
Yeah, he's always had that scar there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was
The
their
dude
big
blows
thought was
shit
like,
up for a living. You'd expect him not to have any scars.
exactly, exactly. So I didn't care for them using that as a reference point to maybe him becoming bad. But I do agree that the inhibitor chip is now going to be something with him.
Yeah, no, there's definitely going to be something going on with Wrecker.
Like-
Whether it's he does eventually turn completely evil, and who knows, maybe that's going to be the story of this show. Like, eventually each one just drops off one by
Oh.
one. Like,
Uh-huh.
maybe next time it's Tech, and then next time it's Hunter, and then you're left
that's a
with
great
just
point.
Echo all alone again.
That's a great point. Or like we end up with Hunter because he seems to be like the centralized character, right? We would
Yeah.
end up with him and Omega, right? Or vice versa, kind of like whoever. But yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Them eventually, each of them, because the Bad Batch in the original trilogy isn't a thing, right?
No.
Like, and then we get to the sequels and stuff. They aren't a thing.
No.
So this is
So
all up
they
in the
all
air.
have to go at some point in time.
They can really Rogue One us, and just each of them,
I mean, quite frankly, it has to happen before Rebels.
and that's That's actually a great point. I didn't even
Because
think
the
about
only
that.
clones that we know of are still alive are Rex,
Mhm.
Gregor, and Wolf.
Yeah.
And well, and I would assume Cut at this point as well.
Yeah, I'd say cut probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say cut too. But yeah, no, I totally, yeah. Ah, that's a
Yeah.
great point.
So I feel like this entire show, over the course of however many seasons it goes, we're gonna lose each and every one of the Bad Batch eventually, including
Yeah, and
Echo
then-
probably.
Yeah, and then it's just going to be like Omega trying to do something with her newfound like sense of purpose and stuff, and that's going to probably be it. We're saying
Yeah.
this right now, folks. If you guys are watching us 3 years down the road and this becomes like 1.6 million views because we actually called it, you heard it here first, y'all.
Gareth says Omega has to be careful though, because if the Kaminoans are going to be believed, Omega is going to be pulled from her chosen family.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like they know. That's the thing. Well, I think that's why I believe the Kaminoans are like definitely on the good side of things, where they realize what's going on now. We see it a lot throughout this, like the first 3 episodes. We see that a lot so far, where they're definitely being like, well, we need to make money to survive, but okay, you take the clone. Yes, okay. You're not taking clones? Oh, okay. Well, so like that's where
Yeah.
like my whole thought of like definitely the reason they don't want to have clones again is for that exact reason, because they know they believe the Empire is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of Wrecker coming out and getting all hurt,
Yeah, exactly. Should we believe the Kaminoans? No. Kaminoans
That's the
have
thing.
their own motives.
that's exactly it. No one's good. No one's no one's the good guy of the story, and no one's the bad guy. They all have their own motives, and that's what I really love with good storytelling.
Yeah.
Right
Now, going back to the whole Kaminoans and Omega stuff, like, when they were talking about the next phase of cloning, I feel like Omega had something to do with that next phase of
she is-
cloning.
Definitely, she's not a Django. She
No.
is definitely not a Django, 100%.
But I
she is a
mean,
clone.
the way I see improving clones is you create clones that are superior from their donor.
Exactly.
And then you use those clones to clone more clones, and you improve on those clones. You wouldn't go back to the original DNA and try to improve on that already improved DNA. You would take the improved specimen and improve on that.
Yeah. That really puts up the perspective of like the drip effect, where
Gareth,
clone-
in Star Wars, everybody thinks that what they are doing is the right thing. That's kind of just the general blanket explanation of the story of Star Wars. Is everybody, like Frosty had said before that, they think like everybody's the hero in their own story.
Yeah,
So,
no
like-
one's to themselves. No one's a good guy and no one's a bad guy. They just know their enemy, and they know they're fighting for what they believe is right. So to them, they are the good guy, but to everyone else, they're also the good guy. Like the especially Palpatine and Tarkin, they believe what they're doing right now is like, sure, they have to do some bad things, but they believe it's for the greater good. Because like that was a big thing that I believed in too. Like, I get it, they're bad guys, executing prisoners, executing civvies. Sure, that's horrible. But again, entire galaxy under one empire makes sense
Yeah.
from their point of view, right? Like, from their point of view, well then yeah, no, that makes sense. Why have enemies shooting up places? Like, a big thing was the Empire always believed that the rebels were terrorists, because they would blow up things that were like important to them and like hurt all their men doing that and stuff. So they believed that they were just terrorists.
Well, I mean, we can bring that into the
like-
real world too, even because like
Mhm.
you look at
Yeah.
what happened over in the Middle East, like
Yeah.
the U.S.
They-
are the so-called good guys, but the
Mhm.
or well, I mean, you wouldn't even call it the U.S. at that point. You like say the Afghanistan, the Afghan military are
Yeah.
the good guys in this situation, whereas the Taliban were the bad guys, the terrorists, the
Exactly.
rebels, the whatever you want to call them, right? But then you look at it from
Right.
Al Qaeda's point of view. I hate to do this because, for all intents and purposes, Al Qaeda's bad.
Yeah, because you're not saying you're not saying
no.
they're
But
good,
from
you're
their
saying,
point of view, what they're doing is what they feel is the right thing for them.
I'll bring it back to Star Wars.
Thank you.
A lot of the stormtroopers who were conscripted into the stormtrooper army in the original trilogy and then the sequels and stuff, they were either forced to, or it was a bad enough situation that was their only option.
Yeah.
Like,
Gareth, I need to clarify something. When you say Kaminoans, are you talking about like the super tall long-necked people or the clones? Because from what I'm reading here is like obviously the clones don't know any better than what they're doing because they're programmed to do whatever they're instructed to do. And with the inhibitor chips, whether they have some sort of I gotta change my scene again. Whether they have some sort of like background understanding that they know what they're doing is wrong on the level of morals, the inhibitor chip doesn't let them do otherwise. And that's what we saw in the first episode with Crosshair enacting Order 66 when the rest of the Bad Batch didn't, because their inhibitor chips were broken and defective, so they were able to think for themselves when it came to following orders and stuff, whereas with Crosshair, when his chip kicked in, he no longer had that control over himself.
again, I'll bring it back to being super deep again. The whole inhibitor chip situation. The Empire, at the time, initiated the inhibitor chips for this reason alone, where they were going to be controlled specific. While the Kaminoans knew that they were each getting a chip to control their morality and stuff, and they didn't stop it because they were either scared that something was going to happen to their livelihoods, like they were no longer getting funded, so they had to do who was the official one who started it other than Qui-Gon? I think it was Palps and stuff who like really pushed onto that.
Onto
the whole clone army. The whole clone army starting and stuff.
Oh, Sifo Dyas was the one that initially contracted the Kaminoans to make the clones, because Sifo Dyas was a Jedi turned bad. Well, turned bad, more like he was I hate to say it again, but he was your gray Jedi who sympathized with Count Dooku after he defected from the Jedi Order. And it was Sifo Dyas under Darth Tyrannus instructing the Kaminoans to make the clones. I have to touch on Gareth here again. The replacements actually are the elite squad that came in to replace the Bad Batch with Crosshair. Those four are what they call the replacement. The clones are the battalion of dudes that all look the same. The super tall, long neck guys, those are the Kaminoans. Those are the cloners. Those are the ones that produce the clones for the Republic and now the Empire. But I mean, we should really get back to the Bad Batch's ship here.
Yeah, Wrecker's hurt, but he tells Omega that he's got a surprise for her.
And tells her to close her eyes and follow him. So they go back to the back of the ship where she was sleeping on the Gonk droid before. But now there's a curtain up over this up at the top of this ladder. And so he tells her to go climb up there.
Yeah, he's like, open your eyes. All right, go check it out. And she does. And okay, we get a quick little thing where I think it was Echo who says, "What have you been doing this whole time?" to Wrecker.
Oh, okay.
Because Wrecker's been like disappeared while they were dealing with the Order Moon Dragon. You had Echo and Tech dealing with like the technical side of things. Wrecker was doing something, and we got a reference to that, which is awesome. Because it proves that whole time he got it. He's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
boy.
Yeah, so he made her a little bedroom.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, he made
Yeah,
her a little
little
bedroom.
kid.
She climbs up there, and she loves it. She says that she's never had a bedroom before, and it's super cute and precious. And
Wrecker gave her his what's the name of it? What the teddy bear thing? What
oh,
was the name?
his Lulu. There's Lula.
Lula.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
Lula.
He
Yeah,
put that in the room too, and that's
I
so
noticed that. That
fucking
actually,
awesome.
it kind of skipped over me. I saw it, I recognized it, but it didn't really click. Like,
Right.
oh, holy crap, he gave her his Lula.
Right? He totally did. He was
Yeah.
like, "Here, you are like, come on, man, you're the little sister, and we're
Yeah,
your
well, and
four big
that's
bros.
and
We
yeah,
got
and that
you."
just totally leads into when Hunter says he's like, "Well, you are part of the squad." So
Yeah, so you got a place to stay now, and you're with us.
yeah.
Goosebumps
Oh,
all
huge
over,
goosebumps.
all over.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, yes,
And
let's
scene.
go. And dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah,
Yeah. We get credits immediately from that, and that.
Yeah.
We
What
get
a-
to sit there in our goosebumps.
yeah, and that was one of the more like still actiony but very homely episodes.
Yeah, very nice.
Let's get your
I
final
enjoyed it.
thoughts. I'm gonna mute my mic and let my dog bark.
Oh, I hear that. Yeah. Final thoughts though. Again, just it's not like a super filler episode, but it didn't have a lot of huge story beats other than the replacement showing up and Crosshair becoming a commander. But we got a lot of lore stuff, which is awesome. We got a lot of just heartfelt. Heartfelt at the end, yes, with the room and stuff. But I think we got more of Omega's character development within this episode, where it was more. She asked about the tracking. She takes Hunter's blaster and goes off on her own to get like everything that needs to be done. Like that proves that she is a competent soldier as well. Like no matter what, she's also getting the job done. And then when it shows with the whole the moon dragon and her not to get into that, she was not immediately firing because it wasn't really because she was smarter. It was because she was scared as a young girl. She reeled mostly, and that's when she kind of realized that she didn't have to shoot it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like a whole like she was just like, oh, there's a chance that it's gonna be fine. No, she's a little girl. She's in a tunnel with a giant scary dragon lizard monster with giant ass teeth. Like,
yeah, exactly.
She was like, it was very, very good character development for her. Like, it proves that she's not just a run and gun soldier like anybody else. She's scared. She's a little girl, but she did immediately think and adapt to her surroundings where no, it didn't jump on me and kill me immediately. So let's kind of try to figure out the situation. And it worked out in her benefit, which is great. We got a lot of cool Wrecker stuff, like with him hitting his head. And because again, we were talking about it a lot. So we got a lot of cool, like, development for him. Like, is he going to, oh no, what's going to happen with him? Again, I say that maybe not. I say yes, I really enjoy your idea of having them drop off each one by one. But I say because with the whole Chekhov's gun situation at the beginning of the episode with the inhibitor chip scanner that Tech was dealing with, I say that that's going to happen when we notice more of Wrecker being bad or something different. Like,
Yeah.
they'll scan it and realize kind
Now,
of thing. But
what's the status of that scanner? Is it finished? Like, is it able to be used? Because I mean, if it's able to be used, why aren't they just checking everybody already?
that's the thing. I don't think it's immediately done yet because he was still working on it at the beginning, and I believe he said something about it too because Echo said about how I would finish like the ship if I had any help.
Yeah.
And Tech over there still working on the scanner, so I think that's still 80% done, maybe 75% done. Like, it still needs to be dealt with a little bit more.
Okay.
And then they were distracted doing the whole dragon thing. so he wasn't able to work on it anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, to really bring my final thoughts into like one sentence. Great episode, good lore, love Omega, love Wrecker.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, again, great episode, like you said.
Fun.
I love
It's all just fun.
I love it when an episode of these shows introduces more creatures to the universe.
Yes.
Because I don't remember seeing an Orda Moon Dragon before. So or Orda Moon Lizard, Orda Moon Dragon, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I really enjoy when they add new stuff like that. I loved seeing this Elite Squad, especially when it totally blew my mind when I thought it was Item Versio at first. Still calling her Mama Versio for now.
I'd say sure. Yeah.
I did want to touch on Crosshair's kind of inner conflict again, because I really feel like his consciousness, like Crosshair himself is going to be able, because like there's no way that his inhibitor chip can be fully operational. So I feel like he's going to be able to overcome that and maybe like even deactivate it himself somehow and get back to the batch if my whole drop off idea isn't what's gonna happen. But yeah, like you said, great episode, great lore, love Omega, love Wrecker. I love Hunter more now that we've stupidly realized what his thing is.
Yeah, that's a huge factor too. Is what I've been saying the past couple episodes. We never really got a lot of Hunter focus. Like, sure, he is like, I'd say that yes, he is one of the main points of view of the series.
Yeah,
but we never really got a lot of his backstory, yada yada, so on. And we're slowly getting that throughout the series, and I'm super into it. The more we know, the better. By the end of this, he's going to be awesome. More awesome.
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's about it for me, man.
Your
like,
camera
please,
paused.
if you don't. Oh, that's okay. There you go. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Why are you watching us if you haven't?
Yeah, we're kind of done with the spoiler warnings because you know what we do here. You know we're gonna break this whole thing down. It's called the Bad Batch Breakdown for a reason. So if you haven't watched the episode, like Frosty said, what the heck are you doing here? Go watch the episode, then come back.
Especially
my videos don't go anywhere. They just they stay on Twitch and they stay on YouTube, so you guys can go and watch those whenever you want. Speaking of which, check out my Fallen Order streams. Check out my Battlefront 2 streams. A friend of mine and I will soon be starting to stream some Ark. Getting off of the Star Wars topic, but yeah, Ark is one of those games that I've always loved, and yeah, I think I've got, as long as I've got somebody to bounce off of and keep me talking, then I think it could be a fun stream. Because me and survival games equal a tight lip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as I get into a survival game, I'm like, nose to the grindstone, just doing my thing, not saying a goddamn word, whether I'm in a party with somebody or not. So, yeah. Me and my friends should be, this should be a good stream. I don't know when we're gonna start that quite yet, but we will soon.
Awesome. I'm super into it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And stuff like that is always just neat to watch people do and stuff. But speaking of fun stuff that people like to watch and do, down below are all the links, or up above our cameras are all the links as well for our social media and whatnot. AnythingGeek is our conglomerate. You can hit us all up there. Best bet, go to the Discord. You can talk to us there personally. Ask us if you want us to watch a series. Ask us if you want us to play a game. Make sure you put your roles as viewer, or if you want a game with us, put your roles as gamer. Put them both. We love it. Again, hit me up on my links. Personally, I'm Fr0zD on everything, or Ginger Giant where it comes to Instagram and Twitter. If you want us all as a conglomerate, hit us up on AnythingGeek. If you want this guy personally, he's got his stuff.
Yeah, my stuff's easy. I'm just JFlawless7. You see it right up there. It's JFlawless7 for Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram too. I don't do much to do with the channel on there, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that there as well. If you guys have been paying any attention to my Twitter today, you'll see that I got into a little bit of a heated battle with some other Canucks fans. So yeah, if you want to see me getting lit up by some angry Canucks fans, go check that out. Not like I had a hot take or anything, but I don't know. Us Canucks fans, we're sensitive. But yeah, follow me at JFlawless7 on all the places. Follow Fr0zD at all the places that he said to follow him at. Links in the description for all of that stuff. Come check us out on the Discord. Donate at streamlabs.com/jflawless7/tip. That's also in the description. My schedule is up on Twitch. I just updated that today. I am streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays by myself. Wednesdays, usually a game with Fr0zD.
Yeah.
We need to get back into that. But yeah, that's generally what happens on Wednesdays. And then Fridays, we're right back here for another episode of the Bad Batch Breakdown. So,
baby.
yeah. And also, remember, the music you guys have been hearing throughout this entire stream is from the Yavin 4. Super great dudes. Let me use their super great Star Wars music. So go check them out on Spotify and YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. Give them some follows. Give them some love because, yeah, they do some great stuff that I don't think a lot of other people do. I don't think there's any indie bands out there that make Star Wars music. Original Star Wars music.
And the fact that they, again, gave you permission personally to play their music is just incredible. Like,
super
what
cool.
A bunch of bros.
Yeah, can't thank them enough.
Let's say in about an hour and a half or so, roughly about 8 p.m. PST, I'll be, if you like drinking, if you like stupid stuff, I'm going to do a stream of my summer car drinking along with y'all. So if you guys want to hit that up, go to AnythingGeek because that's where I mainly stream from. All my personal stuff goes to the Fr0zD channel, but I mainly stream from AnythingGeek just because it's easy.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do that, hit that up. Follow me there. Other than that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's another episode of the Bad Batch Breakdown and a wrap. Or wrapped
Live
up
long and
or
prosper, y'all.
however you want to. Hey, don't you do that. Oh, now he's dabbing me. All right, guys. Once again, I'm Jay Flawless. That guy's Fr0zD. That guy's R2D2. That's Rey. That's Kylo Ren. That's Palpatine. This has been the Bad Batch Breakdown. Come check us out next Friday, 4:30, for another episode. Check me out, myself, 3 o'clock on Monday for some more Jedi Fallen Order. And who knows, I might even pop up in the audio on Fr0zD's stream there for my summer car if I'm not doing anything. I'm having drinks tonight too, so could be some fun. Could be some fun.
Join us, dogs.
Otherwise,
Love
if
you,
I'm
though.
feeling like really drinking and really letting my personal friends let their personalities out, I might stream some Black Ops tonight too. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. Peace out, guys. May the Force be with you.